All right. Hey guys, Paul here, half of Dads and Dice. Here for a Tuesday night stream. Solo Paul, that is right, Pat. Thanks for being here. A bonus stream for you guys this week. Slightly because the video that we posted earlier today was messed up and we still wanted to get some content out. So, yeah, we're going to be soloing a game today, and I was going to play a game tonight anyway. Might as well stream one. Pat, how's it going? It's been some time since I've talked to you last. Hopefully everything's going all right. Hopefully travel is going good for you. I saw that you had some issues backing the new dice throne there. Hopefully you got everything sorted. Because I believe the campaign ended today. So hopefully you got everything good there. But yeah, today we are going to be soloing Planet Unknown. Got it right up here to show off. This is a polyomino tile placement game. Where we're just going to be placing some tiles and bumping some tracks and collecting some different space things. Good. I'm glad that you got it sorted. We actually did not back this one. Excuse me. We did not back this one. We're probably just going to wait on it for a bit. Not the biggest fan of the content that was on it this time. But maybe whenever it gets released in retail, we'll be a little bit more interested in that. So, yeah, like I said, we are going to be live streaming Planet Unknown here, and let's turn it over to the top-down screen and see how that goes. Gonna miss out on Ravenous. She is amazing. Hey, Patrick, good to see you here. Ravenous. I don't remember which one Ravenous is off the top of my head. The only one that really looked like super cool to me was the Headless Horseman. That one looked super interesting. Really thought that one was cool, but I honestly haven't looked much into the gameplay, the mechanics of how they play or anything like that. So, yeah, hopefully they're all right. And so you guys know they're in the comments. Lost Faith is Pat, and First Genesis is Patrick. So both of y'all are here. So if you hear that, now you guys know the distinction. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. This is Planet Unknown. Like I mentioned at the beginning there, Planet Unknown is a polyomino tile placement game. So we've got all these different shapes up here. And what's this really cool? Lazy Susan. So that's kind of the gimmick in this game. You have this Lazy Susan that spins around. And you get to decide which tiles you are taking based on what is in front of your arrow here. So for the solo game, we're just going to be moving this over once, and then I'll be taking either of the shapes that are here in the depots in front of my tile. In a multiplayer game, you get to decide whichever depot you want. So let's say I'm playing with Devin. I don't have to just go to this next one. If I was here, I could go all the way to this one and choose one of this. And then wherever Devin's triangle is, he would have to take those tiles from that depot. So kind of what you're looking for in the multiplayer game is ways to obviously pick the best tiles for your planet, but also ways to kind of limit the good tiles for your opponent. So in Planet Unknown, we're going to be taking these shapes, and we're going to be placing them onto our planets. Obviously, you can't have any overhangs or anything like that. The first tile that we place has to touch the edge of the board here somehow. And that's really the only rule for placement. Everyone after that needs to just be orthogonally adjacent to it. As you start bumping up these tracks, you start getting some abilities, which we'll go over here in a second. So once you place a tile, every single tile has 2 different colors, and there are 6 colors total. So you have this red one, you have this, so this red is the meteor track, you have a gray technology track, you have a green biomass track, you have this black sieve track, this brown, what is it, technology track, and the blue water track. I believe that's all 6 of them. Yeah. And so over here on this board, you have 5 different tracks that correlate with those colors. And we'll get into the brown one here in a second. But this first sieve track here, once you bump up it, and I know it's kind of hard to see, I apologize for that, but you can see these little kind of gold icons here. Those are victory points. Those are medals. So anytime you pass or you reach or you pass a medal, you will get those victory points at the end of the game. On here, there are different benefits that you will get every time, not every time, but every now and then once you bump up these tracks. So on this sieve track here, anytime you see one of these bubbles, one of these domes, you can actually get one of these sieve cards. And sieve cards are just like immediate bonuses or end game bonuses. So for example, this one here says, take a tile from your depot and place it. Do not advance for its resources. So you would just take an extra tile and place it, but you don't advance. It could be things like advance any one tracker twice, gain 4 rover movement, just a whole bunch of different stuff there. Let me, I think the camera looks okay. There we go. That might be a little bit more straight. So those are things on the sieve track. There's level 1 sieve, 2, 3, and 4, and they just get better the further along you go. So you get your sieve 1, sieve 2, sieve 3, sieve 4. The water track, that one actually has no immediate benefits, but that one is worth the most victory points. Most of the tracks are 5 points if you reach the top. The water track is 10 points if you reach the top. That one has a special rule as well. Most of these tiles, as long as you place them on the planet, you can perform both colored tracks, both color resources. That was fun. My youngest got sick all over me. Oh no, I am so sorry. Funny, not funny story. Lola, my daughter, she got sick last week, I think, or the week prior. She had a stomach bug. My wife was pulling into the Target parking lot and just out of nowhere, literally just threw up everywhere. The worst picture, worst description of it I've ever heard. It was disgusting. Now, on the plus side, as we were cleaning the car seat, we took off the cover and realized the car seat was actually broken. So, plus side, we ended up getting a new car seat because the other one was broken. Yeah, so sorry about that. I know how that feels. So this water track, you do not activate the water track unless you place part of the blue on an actual water space, okay? So if I placed it here, I would not be able to advance on the water track, but if I placed it here, I would be able to advance because at least that water part is touching that, okay? This green biomass one, it's going to give you little 1x1 squares, right? So anytime you reach one of these little green spaces here, it will give you a 1x1, and these are just your little filler spaces that you can put. So you have to place these immediately as you get them. Yeah, exactly, Pat. Glad we found it before we needed to protect it. The red one here, the red track, is the rover. So anytime I place this tile or a red tile, I will move up my red track, which is either going to let me send out a rover somewhere on this tile, and I'll explain what those do in a bit, or it's going to allow me to move my rover somewhere. Movement is orthogonally adjacent. I cannot move diagonally, but I can move off of the tiles and actually onto the planet. You will see on a lot of these shapes that there's a little meteorite on their symbol, little meteorite right there. As soon as you place these, you will need to put a meteorite on. Come on. the space that has that symbol. And what your rover is going to do is, as they move along, if they land on top of a meteorite or pass through a space with a meteorite, they'll actually collect them, and these get collected here for possible end game bonus points, or end game victory points. Also, you'll see these blue life pods out on the board. The rover can come off of the planet, like I mentioned, or off of the tiles, like I mentioned, and same thing. If it goes through one of these life pods, it will collect it, and then you can send it over here to your life pod collection, and it gives you 1 victory point per collected life pod at the end of the game. Anytime you place a tile, if you place it on top of a life pod, it actually gets destroyed, and if you place on top of a rover, your rover gets destroyed as well. And then finally, the last track here is the technology track. And the technology track just gives you some rule breakers that you can do throughout the game. So my level 1 technology here is a biomass tracker may be reset to 0 if at maximum. Now, these are asymmetric player boards, and I'll explain what they do here in a bit. But this first one is my biomass tracker can be reset to 0. So if I'm all the way at the top, I can come all the way back down if needed. Biomass patches may be placed on top of a tile. So normally, you can't place tiles on top of tiles, obviously, like any good polyomino game. But here, you can place them on top of others. And that might be a benefit because of another technology. It could be a benefit because of one of my endgame goals. So there are some benefits to doing that. Level 3 technology is gain 2 biomass patches instead of 1 once per round. So instead of just gaining 1, I can gain 2 of them. My level 4 technology is biomass patches may be stored and placed at the end of the game. So normally you have to place them immediately. If I get a level 4, I can store them and then place them at the end of the game. And then my level 5 is biomass patches may be placed to destroy meteorites. So I would be able to place on top of it. Let's say it was like this. I didn't get my rover there. I could place this on top and actually destroy that meteorite. Okay. The only other color that we didn't get through or go through here is the energy tile. And that's these brown ones. And the resource that this activates is whatever is adjacent to it. So let's say I were to place this like this. This brown energy tile is adjacent to a technology tile and to a meteorite tile. And also to a water tile. I would be able to activate any of those 3 tracks over here to bump up that. It will also daisy chain, so if I have energy and then something else up here, I would be able to do that one. That is all of the colors and what they do. Like I mentioned, there is asymmetric player powers. I'm actually playing with the universal planet, so this is just the base planet. But my asymmetric technology track over here is called the Wormhole Corp. And the Wormhole Corp seems like they deal with biomass the most. And their special thing is advance your biomass tracker from tile placement only when you expand a biomass terrain. So normally, as soon as I would place a biomass terrain, I would bump up that track. But with this one, I have to place an adjacent one to be able to bump up that track. So only when I'm connecting biomass to biomass can I bump up that track. Another difference about that track is, if you notice, there's actually a little blank spot here, and then there's 2 choices, and then a blank spot, not a track, and then 2 choices there. I only get to choose one of those benefits. So this track is much shorter, which is why that second one lets me come back down if I need to. And that is Planet Unknown. So scoring at the end of the game, we're going to be counting all the medals. Anything here on my tracks, my life pods, my meteors, any civ cards that I might have. And then victory points also come from completed rows and columns. So you can't really see the numbers, but you'll see all these medals on the side here. If this row is completed, it's worth 3 victory points. If these 2 middle ones are completed, both of them are worth 3 victory points. And then like the smaller ones here on the edges, the 2 square ones, those are worth 1 victory point. And then some of them are worth 2 victory points as well. If a row or a column has a meteorite on it, it does not score. So you have to pick up those meteorites if you want that row or column to score. And I think that's it. I think that is all the rules to Planet Unknown. Last thing, we are going to be playing with an event deck that I have right here. You can add the event decks in multiplayer games. You have to add them in the solo game. You don't have to, but they recommend you to add them just to make it a little bit more challenging. This is a beat your own score. We are trying to get a base of 60 points. And then depending on what events we get, it might change plus or minus some points. And we'll figure that out at the end of the game once I figure out how many different positive events, negative events, and just kind of not neutral, but not as bad events at the end of the game. So we'll go ahead and get started. Before we get started, a huge shout out to Board to Box. They provided with these resource components here. Really solid product. It is 3D printed. They're really nice, custom colors, whatever you want kind of thing. I got to meet them at BGG Con. I'm sorry, it's Box to Board, not Board to Box, Box to Board. So they can 3D print whatever colors you want. They've got card holders and research trackers, all that, or not research trackers, thinking about the game, resource holders, card holders, all that kind of stuff. So shout out to them for providing that. All right, we'll go ahead and get started here in the game. And I will start, and I'm just going to start randomly here. We're going to give this Lazy Susan a spin. And we're going to start with this depot first. So we have the inner depot and the outer depot. And we can choose whichever of those two to get. And if you know me, I am starting my BGG stats here. So that way I can have this game tracked, because I do track all of my games. Planet Unknown. There we go. Cool. All right, let's get into the game. So I guess this first one doesn't really matter. Here is some comets that are coming. I can get a rover in this next one. And then that could just clear that meteorite. So maybe I'll just put these two down. So let's start with this one here. This is your favorite game. Awesome, Wingman. I've played it a handful of times. And it's been pretty good. It's been pretty enjoyable. I've liked it a lot. I got to play it at 6 players, at 2 players, and then solo. It's been nice. Well, this will be my first solo play of the game, but I liked it at 6 players. I think the sweet spot would be 3 to 4 though. So I don't know. I haven't tried it at that player count, but I would like to. All right, so we are. Before we do that, first event. Destroy 1 collected life pod. Well, we have no collected life pods, so that one will just get discarded for now. All right, so we're placing this one here. We're going to go up the Civ track. And then green here, because of my Wormhole Corporation, it's not going to advance because there's nothing adjacent to it. So that's kind of it there. Game ends. Game ends if both depots are out of tiles and the one that you have. Game ends if you go through the 20 card event deck, or if you have completed your planet, or if you can't place anything else on your planet. So that is how the game would be triggered. All right, moving to the next one here. Event card. Ooh, I forgot this too. We do have some objectives, some end game objectives, and I'm going to get rid of one of them. So this first one says collect 9+ meteorites. This one says create a 3x3 area of rover terrain, advance the water resource track to the maximum, and then advance the rover research track to the maximum. Well, very luckily, these 3 seem to line up pretty good. They all have to do with the rover track. So let's get rid of this water one. Wingman, did you back the Supermoon expansion? All right, event. Tiles cannot be placed onto planetary ice. Cannot be placed onto planetary ice. Okay. Well, let's go here. We'll grab this little one. And we're going to place it... I mean, I guess I'm just going to destroy this life pod. That's okay. I don't collect all of them all the time anyway. So that will go there. I'm going to go up the technology track once. I'm going to go up the rover track once. I do need to place my comets out that I forgot to place on the first one. And then my rover comes out once I go up this track for the first time. And I'm just going to place it right on top of this comet or meteorite. And that one's going to be collected. So there we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so that's 2 turns. New event. Gain a synergy boost. So there's this symbol on our tracks as well, and that is just giving you a boost up of a track. So I think what we'll do, let's go up my technology one, because that's going to give me a synergy boost as well. And then let's go up biomass. And I'm going to take a biomass. And we'll place it here. You know what? Maybe not that. Yeah, let's not do that yet. We'll just gain another synergy boost. That's the one that we'll pick there. And then we'll go up the rover track. And that will allow me to move once. So I'm going to move my rover there, and then possibly getting this comet on my next turn. So that is the 3rd event. We just chose this depot, so now we'll pick the next depot. 3 events. This will be my 3rd tile. I'd like to get some water, but it looks like that's not happening. That's okay. We will take this one. And I can place it here. When I place it there, I'll bump up this technology track, which now gives me my biomass tracker can be reset to 0 if it's at maximum. And then it allows me to move my rover. So my rover goes up, and that's a 1. So I'm going to move down and just collect this meteorite. Okay. Things are going swell so far, I feel like. Okay, next event. Advance water or sieve track. I feel like I enjoy the water track, even though it doesn't give you tons of benefits. I think we're going to go sieve. So we're going to move up my sieve tracker. And that's it right there. Okay, next depot. If I get another sieve, I will be able to get a sieve card. I don't have any meteorites right now. I could place this one out. Then I would have no attachments for the biomass there. Could put it like this. I wonder if, let me see, if technology goes next to biomass, if that would, let's see, clarifications. Always two choices when advancing metals. Yeah, let's see. Allows you to, yeah, player advances tracker. So it doesn't say anything about, I'm wondering if the technology off of this biomass would allow me to go up that biomass. But I'm going to say probably not. So let's just go like this. Or do we just go here? That's not giving me anything for my meteor. I guess I can move my rover to get some life pods. Yeah, we can do that for some life pods. So we'll place this one down. And it is going to move up my red one. So now I get 2 movement every time I move my rover. And we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2. We're going to start coming for these life pods here. And then I get to move up my technology track as well. About to be at level 2 technology, which lets me place biomass patches on top of tiles. And that would help me boost up my green track. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles. 4 cards. We're moving on to the next one. Another green one. I don't like this because I feel like more greens are not going to come out afterwards. Advance the Civ or the Tech Tracker. Well, I guess we'll go up Civ. Okay, so once we go up Civ, we're going to look at the Civ cards that we have here. We're going to pick one of them. So there's 2, we'll pick one of them. This one is a medal, which is just a victory point at the end of the game. This one is advance 2 different trackers once each. We are definitely keeping that one. Advance 2 different trackers once each. We're still going to try to create a 3x3 of rover terrain. Looks like we're going to have to do it up here. And advance the rover research track to the maximum. I could advance 2 different trackers once each. Let's move the meteorite one, the rover, and it's going to give me 2 movement, 1, 2. And then let's advance the biomass one, and we'll get a biomass. And we'll place it here. Only when you expand. So we'll place it here, and we're expanding that area, so we'll get to bump up once again. Choose only 1 benefit each time. That seems kind of broken. Because I can just keep doing that forever. Advance your biomass tracker from a placement only when you expand a biomass terrain area. Choose only 1 benefit each time. Surplus biomass patches, weakness, tile placement restrictions. Always 2 choices. I'm going to assume that we can't do it multiple times because I could literally just cover this entire thing with biomass patches. So we will be there. Okay. So that was 2 things twice, 2 tracks once. And we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move into this next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're at 4. 4 tiles. Need to keep like a little counter next to me or something. All right, so we're going from here. There's tons of technology. that goes there, that would destroy it, which we don't want to do because we're almost about to grab it. That would destroy the rover, which we don't want to do. This could go here, like this. All right, so that is going to give me a sieve bump, as well as an energy, which I'm going to do the rover. So that gets to move up, and that actually lets me place another rover out. And it's going to go here. And then I can move twice. So I'm going to move this one twice, 1, 2, to come over here. And then this one will be able to grab that one in a bit. Okay. So that was round 5. Hey Michael, how's it going? Appreciate you stopping by. It's going pretty good. Just, you know, doing a nice little tile placement game. Having a good Tuesday night for a bonus stream. Good to see ya. Okay, event. Here we go. This is a red one. Choose to gain a synergy boost or peak at the next event. I feel like definitely a synergy boost is the best thing to do here. That's gotta be. Let's move up the red track, technology track. Those are the ones that I've been doing mainly. Yeah, I don't need the next event. Let's go up the meteor track. So that's going to get me 2 movement. We'll go 1, 2. So I've collected this one. And that's it. All right, so for this tile, we've got water and technology. This might be a good spot here, possibly here. That could be good right there. I like that. All right, so that's going to go there. We're just going to get a little bit up this water one, see what it does for us. So that's going to go there. This water space was placed on top of a water, so it's going to bump up once. This energy is not adjacent to anything except for the water, so that's going to bump up once again. That at least gets us a victory point. I'm unsure if we're going to be able to do this 9 meteorites. That's going to be a hard one. I'm almost positive we'll get the rover to the max. And we're going to really try to do this 3x3. Okay. I think we're doing all right so far. Next event. Here's an orange one. So regress the water or the sieve track. Great. I'm going to regress the sieve track just because the next water bump is a synergy and we could go back up on there. Coming out here. Okay. Got a nice little square. Oh, I've blocked off my biomass completely. I messed up bad there, so I got to start getting some biomass out. I'll have that on the next depot chance. This will get a comet out. Yeah, we'll do this. This is going to go there. It's going to get a comet out. Right here. This energy, well, first of all, it did go on a water track. So the water is going to bump up to my synergy. Let's not do that one yet. This energy is going to move my technology, which will give me a level 2. So biomass patches may be placed on top of a tile. Then we're going to move up the water, which gives me a synergy boost. Which then we will move up the rover track for 2 movement. 1, 2. Okay. All right, next event card. Rovers cannot move onto biomass terrain. That's all right. Okay with that. Next one here. So which space would be good? I also realize I'm not going to be getting any rover bumps for a long time. Or not bumps, but the rover terrain for this 3x3. So biomass patches may be placed on top of a tile. What do I need to move up? Technology gets me a point. This one gets me a meteorite. I don't want to place it there. If I placed it here, I'd be able to get it fairly quickly, but the biomass would be... Could go there. And then I could just build out my biomass there, I think. All right, so we'll do that. This technology is going to go up. And then biomass doesn't, but a comet does come out to it, or a meteorite. Keep saying they're comets. They're not. They're meteorites. Okay. Here we go. Orange alert. Add 1 meteorite to an empty symbol on your tiles. How many rounds is a solo? So, Michael, the game ends a couple different ways. There are 20 cards in the event deck. There's either green, red, or orange. So if you run out of the event deck, end game could be. And then just like in the solo game, if you can't, or in the multiplayer game, if you can't place a tile on your planet, end game, or if both depots are empty on the one that you're selecting, the end game. Add 1 meteorite to an empty symbol on your tiles. That's terrible, because that's over here. All right, well, I have 2 meteorites coming, or 2 rovers coming around, so that's okay. Let me see how many tiles I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, that is correct. Okay, so this will move over. Okay. So if I go here, it's a good spot for my rovers to move, but it's not good for my water. My technology would gain me 2 biomass patches instead of 1. And I would get one if I went here. I think we'll do that. We'll put a meteorite there. That is going to allow me to go up my green one. And I will get 2 biomass patches for that. And then it also allows me to go up my level 3 because That actually, I would have done that first. That would gain 2 biomass patches instead of 1. And these will go... Where are these going to go? You know what? Let's not do that yet, because I don't really need a spot for them. I'm going to bump up my water track instead. It's another victory point. Yeah, so this biomass section gives me a bump on the water track. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, next event. Regress any single tracker twice. All right, well, I think we're going back down on the sieve track. Was the lowest one. That's okay. This moves over. And we're going here. This one gives me a comment, but it allows me to move the rover. I don't need that. This one would give me... Can I make this fit? Hey, Shelby. How's it going? How's having Joe back finally after we stole him for over a week? I'd like to play this one again. Yeah, this one's really fun. The solo's not too bad. There's a whole event deck that's coming out that's changing stuff up for me. I don't think I can do it unless I do something crazy like that, something silly like that. I don't really want to do something silly like that. I'm getting a meteorite one, or a rover one on this next one. So let's do like this. No, because it's not next to a water. All right, we're going to go here. Oh, this works. That's perfect. Have you tried the new Terraforming Mars Solo? No, it's sitting right here with Prelude 2. And then I actually bought Colonies at BGGCon. And then I also have Venus next. So I have not played all of them. They're all still sitting there. I'm hoping possibly whenever I do another live stream or whenever I have to do another live stream, hoping it will be the Mars bot. We'll see. All right, so I place this one. I'm going to get 1 bump up the water track, and then I'm going to do a rover movement because of that energy. So I get 2 movements with my rover, and we're going to go 1, 2. Okay. So that was it there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more event cards coming out. Oh, did you get some box to board swag? I sure did. Yeah, I got to meet with them there at BGGCon, and I got some pretty sweet stuff, a card holder and the resource manager, or the resource holder. Pretty nice stuff. Okay, next event. Advance rover or tech track. We are definitely advancing that rover track. So that's going to go up. It's going to allow me 2 movement plus a synergy. We're going to go 1, 2. And then a synergy. I feel like going up this water track now. Get a bunch of points. Shelby, did you get some of the stuff? I think I saw that you had some stuff. They had a really sweet dice tower that they actually offered up, but I didn't want to take it. I had too much stuff. My hands were full with Terraforming Mars stuff. So, all right, moving on here. We have to place this one. And unfortunately, we have to place it up here somewhere. And that seems nice, but we would not be able to fulfill what we need there. Same there. Oh, man. I don't know if we're going to be able to get this. So we might have to pivot and do the 9 meteorites. Yeah, he sent us a few things, what you have plus Dice Tower and the Meeple storage box. Yeah, the Meeple storage box was pretty funny, I thought. It was really interesting. I'm not sure how many people have that many meeples, but I guess enough to warrant a box. Okay, this is going to go here, and I'll just have to place a biomass marker on there at some point. So that's going to move up my technology. I'm going to get a meteorite here. And then I'm going to have 2 movement. Okay, so this actually goes up. And 2 movement. 1, 2. Okay. Doing all right, I think. I just got to clear these meteorites. Yeah. All right, next event. Regress tech or water. We'll regress tech. That's fine. I'm still on my level 3 there. This moves up. I feel like this is a perfect space right here. So if I do this, I can fit that piece there, which would bump me up my biomass one. Okay, so this will go here, and it's connecting, it's touching water. So I'm going to bump up water twice, and that's actually going to give me a synergy bump. I'm going to move my rover 2 times, 1, 2. And those clear off. Okay. Next event. Regress rover or biomass. Definitely regress in biomass. And there we go. Looks like there's a perfect fit right here for a piece. I would also like to we'll go there. So that's going to give me my energy up my rover. So now I get 3 movement with my rover. We're going to go 1, and you can split that movement between them. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. And then I also get to go up Civ, which I'm sitting at a victory point there. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 3 more meteorites. So we are going to have to go for meteorites here. I also do need some biomass, though. So I think that's going to be the first one that we have to take. Let's do our event. Rover cannot move into Civ terrain. It's okay. So this one is going to go here, and it's actually going to destroy that one. I have passed those. I'm going to go here and get a biomass. This is destroyed. And then I'm moving up technology. We're going to... So if I don't complete these, which I'm not sure if I'm going to have a whole nother round to come back here, I'm out on 6 victory points. If I don't have this one, I'm out on 4. So I'm going to fill these 2 first. I think that's a little bit smarter there. Yeah. Okay. Destroy 1 life pod on your planet. I guess we'll destroy this one. All right. Comets. We're gonna go here. This one gets destroyed. A meteorite comes out. We're gonna bump up technology, and then we're gonna move up our rover track. I get 3 movement. 1, 2, 3. That one gets cleared. I think this is gonna end by the event deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 2 more meteor cards. Add 1 meteorite to an empty symbol on your planet. Okay. Let's add 1 right here. This can go here. And that will get me a meteorite here. Ooh, hold on. Right there. Could do biomass patches. What do I do here? This one could go here. And then I'm stuck there. That's moving up the sieve track, which I don't really need. I feel like this is probably best. All right, so this is going to go there. I'm going to go up sieve, which is going to give me another level 1 sieve card, which is just a medal at the end of the game. And then for this one, I am going to, you don't want to take any advice from me. I'll back you into the corner. Yeah, Shelby, we all know how you play these games. And then I'm going to go rover. So that's going to peek me out at the rover there. I do get 3 movement, so we'll go 1, 2, 3. Not on purpose. We know, Shelby. We know it's not on purpose. Okay. Next event. Regress biomass or sieve. Oh, we'll go back on sieve. Okay, we have to go up biomass this time. We go there. I think that's okay. Man, but that really limits that space. What am I going to be able to do to fit these later? I need to zoom with my rover. Which I don't have much rover movement left. Think we're gonna go here. I'm unsure. What can I do with this shape? Oh wow, that shape fits perfectly right there. That is what I need to do with that shape. Okay, well, that's gonna go there. That's gonna move me up technology. So now my level 4 is my biomass patches can be stored until the end of the game. And then I'm actually gonna get 2 of them. And I'll just keep them here for now. I think we do that one, obviously. But we'll see. Have to clear these these meteors first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need one more. I need one more. Okay, event. We've got 3 cards left in the event deck. Do not advance 1 resource from your tile placement. Okay. Well, I need to do this one. I guess I don't need to. Now, I think, let me see. Can you always just gain a biomass? Do I remember that somewhere? Game? I don't think so. No, because then the game would end. You have to place what you have. Alright, well, this is gonna go here. And it's possible that I don't get that comet, or that meteorite, but that's okay. It's gonna go there. I'm not gonna advance up the sieve track this one. I'm gonna advance up my energy, which is my meteoroids, or whatever they're called, meteorites. We're gonna go 1. We're gonna go this way. That's a 2 and a 1. This is a 1. Oh, well, this one's possibly not scoring already. Moved once. 1 and 1, 1 and 2. Guess we need to go this way. 1, 2. No, let's go this one. We might be able to clear this one. 1, 2. Okay. I do have my 9 meteorites, so I've completed this one. Oh, and I did advance my tracker to the maximum as well, so both of these are completed. And I don't think we're going to be able to complete that one. So, okay. Next event here. Gain 1 biomass patch. Cool. Well, I'll keep it there until the end of the game. Okay. I think we have to go with the square here. And we fill this top area to get those 3 points. So we're going to do sieve track, and then water track. Biomass here. Okay. And this is the last event card. Advance biomass or water. We're definitely going to advance water, because that's 5 victory points. And this should be my last tile placement. And unfortunately, I can't get any more rover movements, so this row is dunzos. And I don't think I can complete anything else. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Actually, no, that would not complete that one. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna grab this one. And place it there. So I can get a meteorite. I'm going to advance the sieve tracker twice. 1, 2. And I think that's it. Let me see if I get one more round. End of game. So event deck. Important all event cards. Event deck setup. Game end. The last card of the event deck triggers the last round of the game as an additional game end condition. So just double check here. That's end game scoring. The game ends when a player cannot legally place any tile. When the depot is completely... When a player cannot legally place any of the 2 tiles from their depot, all players finish the round as normal, and then the game is over. Okay, so we'll go here. Try to draw an event. There is no event, so then we get to place one more tile, and then that will be it. So I think this is definitely the best one. And it's gonna go like this. Or like this. I think like this is better. And we're going to get water because it covered water. Then we're gonna daisy chain. Ooh, hold on. What is that sieve card? Is it anything good? I don't need to clear this. Oh, I should clear this one. Yeah, so we're going to daisy chain to this rover here, and it's going to give me 3 movement. 1, 2, 3. And that bumps up again, which doesn't really bump up. And there we go. That is the end of the game. I do have these 3 biomass that I will place. So I'm not going to place one there because obviously didn't clear it. So that one will go there. This one will go here. And this one will go here. Perfect little fit. Okay. That is the end of the game. So let's go ahead and start scoring it. All right. So let's go through the events here. We're going to separate these into colors. So greens, reds, oranges, green, red. Hey, Ken. Yeah, sorry. Today was a impromptu stream. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we actually did post this video earlier. So you may have seen it for about 30 minutes to an hour. And we realized there was some stuff wrong with the video, so we ended up taking it down. So I actually had a free kind of night, so I decided, you know what, let's just live stream this game. It's a good game enough to live stream. Plus, I'm free on Tuesday nights for the most part. I was going to solo something anyway, so might as well live stream while I do that. Okay. Move these rovers out of the way. And we'll go here. Paul. Okay, so the events in the solo. So we count... Yeah, you'll just rewatch it, and it's a good one, I think. We're going to see how good I do. I'm not so sure. Okay, so there is a target score. We said the target score is 60. The base target score is 60. But then we add and subtract with these cards. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red cards, which is -5. So we're at 55. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 orange ones, which is -2. So we're at 53. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 greens. So we're at +3, so we're at 56. So our target score is 56 is what we need to get. I'm going to write that down right there. And that's what we have to get. Okay. So we'll start scoring this, and how we score the game is we're going to be looking for completed rows and columns. So here is one completed. We'll do all the columns first. So this is 1. Skipping this one because it's not completed and there's meteorite. So we're at 1, 3, 6, 9, plus 2 is 11, plus 2 is 13. This one does not count. This one does not count. Plus 1 is 14. So we're at 14 so far. And then for the rows, we're at 1, 2, 5, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. Look at that, 28. Okay. Resource tracks. So we made it to the 1 on the sieve, to the 5 on the water, so we're at 6. We didn't bump up one more here. That's okay. 8. That's a 5, so 13. 14. 14 on the resource tracks. Life pods, we got 1. Meteorites. So it is, for every 3, it's a victory point. So we're at 1, 2, we're at 3 victory points there. Civ cards. I did get 1 medal from my Civ card. And then objectives. So we did get 9 meteorites. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 5 points. And then we also maxed out our rover resource track. So that's another 5 points. So that's 10 points total. And now we'll do some math here with my calculator because my brain is dead. We have 28 plus 14 plus 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 10. And we're at 57. So our goal was 56. So we met the objective, barely. And let's see what it says here. It says target score, mission complete, job well done. If we would have gotten 4 more points, it would have been excellent work. You've earned a promotion. But we did a job well done, and I am okay with that because, in all honesty, this is much, much better than what I scored the last couple times that I've played this game. So that is Planet Unknown, the solo version of the game. Plays very similar to the multiplayer game, like I had mentioned, except that you are just inching your way on this Lazy Susan. And yeah, that's it here. So overall, I think this is a very well done polyomino tile placement game. I like the tracks. I like that stuff is going on over here, and it gives you those nice little combos. Yeah, I like that. I like that you can, on the multiplayer game, I really like the fact that you get to choose which one you want. That adds a little bit more strategy into the game. It does increase the playing time, but not too terribly bad. And like I said, this is a terrific 6-player game. Shelby and Joe came down a couple weeks ago. Devin and his wife, and then my wife and I, and we all got to play this one. And it's all done simultaneously. So, for the most part, it is a pretty quick game. I want to say that it took us an hour to maybe 90 minutes max with 6 players. Like I mentioned before, I do think the sweet spot would probably be 3 to 4. But if you ever have those times where you have, more than that, it's a nice little game to play. Patrick, I kind of agree with you a little bit. I like all the technology tracks and all that kind of stuff, but it can be quite a bit to manage, right? You do have the synergies, which, oh, now let me bump up this one and let me bump up this one. And, oh, now I have this. So it could, the bookkeeping could be a little bit difficult, not difficult, but much at some points if you're getting some really good combos. And on Board Game Arena, it is just doing those for you. So that is a nice thing about Board Game Arena, is it is saying, you know, this this track gets bumped and this track goes from there. So yeah, that's Planet Unknown. Really good game, and it changes quite a bit with asymmetric power. So that is all that I have here. I appreciate you guys being here for this, like I said, random Tuesday stream. Appreciate you guys as always, just jumping in and chatting and keeping us active and keeping us doing what we enjoy doing, and that's playing games. So Devin will be back tomorrow with a solo playthrough, and he is going to be playing... Oh man, I can't see that. 1 second. That's what I thought it is. He's playing Zhangguo. I'm not 100% sure how to say it. Zhangguo, the First Empire. It was a game that we picked up last year that we really knew nothing about and very much surprised both of us. It is a very heavy game that has to do a lot with... planning and card play. I'm actually very interested to see how the solo plays, so I will probably be tuning in to that for a bit. But go ahead and check that out. Devin will be live streaming that tomorrow, and then on Friday we will be live streaming Forges of Ravenshire, which is a dice worker placement game with some engine building and contract fulfillment. So that should be a fun game there. And then I'm currently working on our BGG Con recap video, and that should be coming up next week if I can get everything edited. I've got day 1 edited so far, so only 4 more to go after that. I will say every day there was less and less footage, so I've got the hard part done. But yeah, that is it for me. Again, appreciate you guys being here, appreciate you guys coming on. Video of your shelves. Yes, a video of our shelves. You guys probably haven't noticed, or if you have, but I did just get some new shelving. So I did rearrange all my games. I am going to do a little bit of a cull within the next couple weeks. I got this new little fancy shelf over here. We will do that. That might be not a live stream video. That will not be a live stream video. But we'll go through that. Devin's collection is going to take some time to go through. I will tell you that. There are some, maybe they're not necessarily new games, but yeah, they're there. Okay, that's it for me. I appreciate you guys. Patrick, thanks for jumping in. Ken, thank you for being here. Shelby, Pat, everybody else. Michael, thanks for jumping in. You're right, Ken. That is, but then you got to carry around the camera. Can't really do that too much. We'll figure it out. We will, Devin and I will talk about it. Next Monday, I am back with a What's New in the Collection. Got some new stuff in there. So that is all for me. I appreciate you guys being here. As always, please remember, like, comment, subscribe. We're almost at those 2,000 followers. Help us get there. Those 2,000 subs help us get there. We will talk to you guys next time. Have a good night.